Welcome back to GTA 5. It is officially another week, which means we've got a brand new car to go and spend some absurd money on. Last week, we got this thing, our crazy Sherp. I will say I'm very surprised, but a bunch of you guys actually love this thing. Today, we are gonna buy something absurdly expensive, and I'm gonna buy it so you don't need to, because this car, based off what I've heard, is not a very good car. It's this. The Overflod Imorgon, which is the most silly name for a car I've ever heard. It costs $2.1 million, which makes it the most expensive sports car in the entire game. God. Can you give me a nudge? I'm stuck. Oh my. That was a little bit more than a nudge. While we wait for our car to get delivered, I want to go. I want to go do my wheel spin for the day. One of these days, I'm going to get lucky. And I'm going to win the car. Why? Every time. Every time. I'll usually come into GTA and be like, oh, this car is based off this or that or the other. But for this one, nobody's actually made a car that's this ugly in real life. Somebody's like, the front bumper looks depressed. You know in Joker when they cut his cheeks like that and they force him to smile? That's what this car looks like. It looks like it's being forced to smile. Let me rev the car for you. Your speakers are working correctly. It's an electric car. Anyway, so this is called the Overflod Imorgon. It should actually be called the iMoron, because that would just represent the type of person who spends $2.1 million on a car that looks like this. You definitely get some Porsche Taycan vibes from it, that's for sure. And I love the Porsche Taycan. I'm really hoping that with some good upgrades, we can change this thing and actually make it look kind of nice. And we've already improved the design. Guys, is this a hybrid car? You can hear an engine. Wait. Okay, hold on. Pull over. What is that? I've never seen an engine that looks like that before. Yeah, this is an electric car. I don't know why there's like a little rumbling of like engine noise. I think we can all agree though, there is definitely an electric engine in this thing. And because of that, it's got instant torque, which can make you spin out very quickly. I genuinely don't know what this car is. And it's really annoying me, but maybe with some good old upgrades, we can make it look a little bit nicer. Bumpers, please, yes, have a couple of different options for that. Everybody in Twitch chat now is telling me this is called the Gumpert Nathalie. So you guys say this car is based off this thing? I can kind of see it, but it's not a nice car to base a car off. Why would you base a video game car off an ugly car? Okay, but now you guys are saying it's a hydrogen engine? Anyways, rear bumpers, there are 21 different options, but they're all tiny and they're all just colors. Why do you do this to me, game? Chassis? No. Look in there. That is so awesome. I always love it when you got interior customization. You've got like a roll cage in the back. You can see through the window. I think I want some cool green seatbelt. Rally cage setup, this one's called. Yup. Like I said, don't ask me how the exhaust works, but we'll do what we can. We've got some options for our... What is that for an intake? We're legitimately having a laugh now, game. Okay, now we're having a laugh. You remember when I said this thing was the Joker? I told you. He's got a creepy smile. We can modify our roof. Okay. If you've watched any of my videos in the past, you know I have a thing for black roofs, and I'm gonna do it in Grand Theft Auto. I've just noticed as well how far forward that rear wing is. Okay, I guess I'll go with this one because there's no way to actually remove the rear wing. Sun stripe? No way. That is a very well played. I'm gonna go full plastic cover. That's actually a very cool option. I'm starting to like the ugly duckling. Look at this thing all of a sudden with tinted windows. Shout out to the white car crew. I'm still so confused about this car's engine. Because like down low, it sounds like a petrol car. Electric cars don't make that type of noise. It's so strange. Oh my god, the acceleration is quick. Okay, maybe too quick. Alright, remember what we said 2 seconds ago? Let's give this thing a little bit of a go in the Hollywood Hills. You guys might be wondering why I'm not exactly the biggest fan of this car. And it's not all because of the looks, although it's really, really not a looker of a car. It's actually because of how slow this thing is. You may know my man Bruffy. He's the man who's like the GTA top speed expert. Bruffy went and did some GTA science with this thing, and he does that with all the new cars. I thought that was destructible. He does that with all of the new cars to figure out how fast they are around a racetrack as well as their top speed. In terms of sports cars, Bruffy found out it's the 5th fastest sports car, which is pretty good. For 2.1 million, you should probably expect to be the 5th fastest sports car. As you might be able to tell, this car isn't exactly the fastest thing in a straight line. You might be saying, well, it can't be that slow. I think you can see how slow this vehicle is in a top speed test. If you spend 2.1 mil on a car, that better not happen to you. I need a good little racetrack where we can just whip it around. Some really tight corners, that would be perfect.
My Hyundai could beat that car's top speed, and my Hyundai is a piece of shit.
Yeah, it wouldn't be a GTA race if it didn't have incessant horns. And away we go. Let's see. Oh my god. The acceleration is mad. Off the line, it's a rocket. Oh, dead. Dead. Super dead. Let's make up some of those. All right. What was that car? I will say though, oh, come on, car. It feels a little sketchy to drive. This should be such a good race course for it, because this thing actually feels pretty light, and it's got that insane acceleration out of the corners, right? So I should be gaining on all of these guys, and I am. It just, you can't go around corners quickly. And then the top speed kicks in. It's actually a pretty fun car to drive around, almost because it's kind of unpredictable and it can spin out so easily. But it's kind of very, very frustrating to race. I'm currently in 9th out of 14. I should be doing way better in this thing. Come on, use some draft. Boogity, boogity, boogity. Draft the GTR on the brakes, up the inside. Nice little overtake. Whew. It took me a little bit to adjust to the car, but now that I've got it, hey, we're not doing too bad. Up to 7th place now. Yo, can I get this guy in front? Can I get up to 6th position? I feel like I should be able to. I'm not gonna have enough horsepower to do it. Try to, like, jank the system with some curb riding. He almost missed it. Oh! Anyway, 7th place for a car that I've never driven before and have basically been complaining the entire time. That's not too bad. Oh, no way. The guy who came in first, he was running this car. He just drove it way better than me. Fire, though, actually gets the fastest lap time in a different car. We're gonna give this a go first. First person down to the other end. When this guy shoots his thing and it explodes, we go. Yeah. Yo, that launch. That launch is insane. And here he comes. He's coming. He's coming. It's not gonna be. That's gonna be the problem with this car all day. Whenever you're ready. Shot is out. I love the acceleration. Yo, that man's just slow. He doesn't even have the top speed on us. What a champion. Our fake Mission E. Unstoppable. On that literal bombshell, the Imorgon, awful name for a vehicle, 2.1 million bucks for this thing. It's got some mind-blowing acceleration, but other than that, I don't actually know if I would recommend this thing because it's so expensive. It's super ugly, has an awful name. There isn't really that much like crazy customization for it, but at the same time, it is really fun to drive. It's like unique in that engine sound. Anyways, next week in GTA, I am crossing fingers that we get an old classic Subaru in the game. That is the car I am looking forward to so much.